Angelo Badalamenti. And he say, oh, that's it. Oh, it's so beautiful. Angelo. Oh, that's turning my hair down. I love that. Just keep that going.
Angelo Badalamenti.
Angelo Badalamenti.
Una merda. Simple. And it's January 10th, 2025. And if he can believe it, it's a funny once again. He remembers.
forse che li Claudi scanna sono in genere quanti che Claudi questo sono cristiano the moment it's lì enough in pratica di no between il tough pratica di 14 yes and so minutes 16 divided 16 and this means it is he called this video as called it the sketch to usually the beer fact first one terza most for years perhaps some remember no boy which I suppose he I'm assuming so I had to remember these things così adesso so sente semplicemente mi propose effect that people should watch videos because it's better and perhaps I look sleep but for me and I didn't always do vertical operations spring and the autumn and the summer anche for the spring and the autumn che sono questi aggettivi come summer e aggettivi atteso bisogna entrare se possono classicality and classicality reason for me always nothing to say for them absolutely complete so obviously being in winter 6 hours in winter in the winter it's cold it's possible to say that it's cold but at the same time anche se sono amico da mettere towards amico si faccia open si faccia clean we move I follow since once I follow since some years I did this 2 points and cold shower if not to freeze to wear as little clothing as possible but thanks to these 2 points I always try to find the cold and for this I feel it less than the other people so thanks to this not to see from a general point of view and I guess in general in fact apart from last year the past years I went on a task I remember first part of winter this like this so for my thanks to for both the aspects for the fact that I try to find the cold for these 2 points in general point of view for the condition in general for me the temperature is good I don't know if also for the people there is similar sensations judgments sort of me but this from what it is surely I think of not for example I think of cold showers is possible general people do cold showers I don't know whether this depends on them it's the element the atmosphere lei absolutely I can say this in English it's better artistism it's a Friday once again and as you know this is so full as a Friday I should never do this both of the 2 lasers respectively the red and the third and the blue the fourth blue red white blue white and yes until a few months ago I believe that the third the red crashed instead I believe that it was only a battery problem so it's still working and practically since few months I'm sharing most of the bell with the blue, the fourth one, while when it's battery runs out there, it's generally last 10-15 minutes with the third and red. So obviously it's not like red, it's not like the fourth and the blue because it's the blue, however it's still working a bit, so it's also good in general, the thing is good for me. Ripeto, for the rispettivamente the third red and fourth the blue and white razors le storie non avete riporti in generale for this it's 14 anni grazie poi che avete portato Lynch senza tanta conseguenza di alcuni secondo la legge sembra che abbia chance se no la musica se nostro spesso un solo vabbè boff per gli altri English no finché tre per la season repeat as just before 1685 and 16 at important atmosphere se ci vedi questo ricordo
Fanni non sequestrava I start to bleed if I were to bleed Twin skies the man chains his hands of light Rose we blood Rose we bathe Abranda beyond Gloria
Yes, reset curtain in general, you should see as a repeat since time, should see almost perfect, I suppose at least. In fact, as soon as it doesn't repeat totally what very cloudy, so according to what I read later until the end of the day, and if we will only practically 2 hours and a half of light, rest all night hours, so in general until the end of the day could become more dark, obscure, cloudy and also that could rain from transformatory. So isn't obviously magicians wizards. On this one, so let's see, and in fact clear second scheme to very clear. Bad, so series from the mythical window with the renewing quote, obviously because we have them since more than 2 years. In fact, the new recruitment in some months, 32 more than 2 years. Also, if you have interpretated at solution once again since practically almost 2 weeks, visible near me. But however, for me, it was better visible. It's indeed in this shot. It's what we have generated. La sigla è cresciuta, ora si viene di cortino sono attivismo, attraverso il sigla in generale viso e per me attivismo senza sentire di shot, so che è attivato il mio generato. And finally, from musical keyboard and GX 640 PG 625, sono di chiesa di spiega generato. Stiamo da paper for 100%. Let's like it in the door. So I'm going to see myself, plus the case, and finally, I hope you will get breakfast. Today it's late, really late, or really close. To record really late also for me, for my hours. In fact, I say late early, very many for my hours, but the going part is to far away from the record reaction and stimulant to the tree. It was started in fact breakfast. Fintan and swim later. We started with that. Fintan and part of the fittos yesterday. So I think, and among other things, a few days ago, we fixed a go past the 1 year anniversary. In fact, December 1973, probably exactly a month from here and a month ago. Where, yes, so I think that the record is December 1973, so it's reachable. But today I repeat, really close to the record, late also for my hours, I repeat, just only noon, some music. That really important thing to show us remember that it's a May, also today, fortunately, so I'm really young. And as we always say, breakfast is always one of the most ultimate of food. Absolutely. And since some days, to this new shot, mythical shot, is other beautiful, mythical, my favorite biscuits, the Bama breakfast. It's the Bama breakfast, particularly recommended cereals. Fantastic. So as in this milk through this shot, you can see not only the coffee in it, obviously, but also the milk and squeak chocolate. So in general, the Nikolaj's breakfast is always a bomb, but in particular, this one is a mega bomb, and repeat, I truly recommend the Palm Italian cereals are respectable. The best in general, the 3 things. As tomorrow, I suppose, if I don't die. In fact, I don't know until tomorrow what will happen. Now I will see. is well is weird because the fact that there is a routine not to ignore perhaps also release a shot, ma vabbè, in fact as we notice in the repeat totally what the cloudy I think in next few hours could become more obscure and perhaps it could rain infinite enough moments the rain, but as always end up with the magicians with us, visible will see, and if it's clear it's like I'm speaking today very clear. Bad, so it is bad, maximum bit to well, so it is from the mythical winner, the new culture, since I remember to practical maniera, and also this is better bachelors at visible in its entity better in shot. Si cade con il shooter, sì, ma si può eseguire il piano di corti, factor in shot. And finally, from a mythical keyboard in an AGX 640 APG 625. And also greetings from David Lynch, but also Aka, also known as Philip Jeffries, because he's still alive, obviously.